Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Backyard Gridiron Talk. I'm Addison.
I'm Frank. We're happy to be here.
What a crazy divisional weekend.
Yeah, every game,
Jesus.
amazing. Every game, you should not have stopped watching any game. Even the Tampa Bay game, when you're like, wow, but it's Brady.
I knew Brady was going to come back. I just knew it.
The Rams fumbling, stumbling, rumbling, 4 fumbles, somehow still won the game. But nonetheless, every game was fantastic.
Absolutely.
And crazy, and I don't know if there's going to be a better game the rest of the playoffs.
No, I don't think so. And freaking Packers, once again, going down in defeat.
Hey, that's defense, though. The Niners defense, baby. I picked them.
Yeah, and speaking of picking, Titans don't know how to run the ball.
Right, Tannehill.
And
You're killing me right
there. Right about the Bengals.
You're at the 4-yard line. Hand the ball off to any of your running backs.
See, I'm an expert at AFC North football. I know when the team's going to do good, and I know when they don't.
Joe Burrow literally should have died. He got sacked that many times. 9 times, no touchdowns. I mean, he had his passing yards. And credit to Joe Burrow, he's still able to throw in dimes all over the field, even though he knows he's getting murdered, even after he throws the ball. Yeah. Let alone the 9 times he got sacked. And some of them were like, I could have sacked him because they just didn't guard the defensive end. Let him go right through. It's just credit to them. And I mean, I'm rooting for the Bengals now because I don't want the Chiefs to win again. Although I do love Travis Kelce. I root for because he's from Cleveland. But
a lot of people don't want the Chiefs, and
I just like to see other cities win.
No, absolutely. Cincinnati, last time they were there, they got their asses kicked by San Francisco, which could be the Super Bowl.
Could happen again.
I doubt they get their asses kicked. I think it would be vice versa.
I don't know with that defensive line.
But
the Niners will run the ball like they're supposed to, and they'll win the game. And Jimmy G will throw 3 interceptions.
They're winning despite Jimmy G. And I don't know how long that's going to last, but that defense is excellent.
Well, the Rams haven't beaten the last 4 tries, I believe.
Yeah, so it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be great. You couldn't ask for the Niners couldn't have asked for better matchups throughout the playoffs.
Yeah.
They got the Cowboys, who a lot of us thought they were going to beat. And they got the Packers, who they matched up extremely well against. And now they have the Rams, who they've beaten twice this year. Twice last year. And Sean McVay has his protege's numbers. Or Kyle Shanahan, has his protege's numbers. Yeah. He beat Matt LaFleur, and he's beaten Sean McVay. So we'll see what happens.
They're just one of those teams that grind it out and find a way to win at the end.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about that Bills-Chiefs game. Jesus, that was
unreal.
I mean, we're living in a world now that 13 seconds is way too much time for Patrick Mahomes to get into field goal range from the 25-yard line, from his own 25. And that's just, they had all 3 times. I think if they only had 1 timeout, they may have not have been able to pull it out.
They had all 3.
But they had all 3. They only used 2 of them.
The Bills' defense, what are you doing? Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. Put 3 guys on each.
It's like they weren't even
let someone else beat you.
I don't.
The first play, they hit all of them on the one side. And 3 big ass dudes blocking for Tyreek Hill, 20 yards, timeout. And then the next play, you saw if you watched NFL blacked up, then Travis Kelce goes, I'm not even going to run the route that they call. I'm just going to the open space. And then before they snapped the ball, Mahomes was like, do it, Kelce, do it. And he just ran, nobody near him, caught it, and then got past one defender and then slid down for another 5 yards.
Yeah.
And timeout, 2 seconds, easy-ass field goal for Harrison Butker. Although he had missed a couple of that game, but still, no doubts.
And the second they kicked the game-time field goal, I'm like, Chiefs win this toss, they're winning the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no way they were going to be denied.
And Travis Kelce, man, talk about a game-changing player.
Gosh.
He's unreal. Hall of Famer for sure.
And
just crazy ass. That touchdown, whew, wow, amazing play.
Absolutely. What a time to be alive. No, it was a great play. Sorry if you hear a saw in the background. Crazy game. Going to be a crazy weekend coming up. I expect more of the same between these next 2 games. Just explosive offenses with the Chiefs and Bengals, and then amazing defenses with the 49ers and Rams.
Yeah.
I think Rams have the edge on offense against San Francisco.
Oh, absolutely.
But when it comes down to it, those defenses win championships.
Yeah.
So that's what it's going to come down to, I think. So other news this week, it is official. Official. It is official. Ben Roethlisberger retired today, a couple hours ago or so. Sent out this message with his family and everything. So it's been great. This was obviously expected. I enjoyed every game this year, even if it was a poor game where we're getting blown out and we got to come back. We saw glimpses of vintage comeback Roethlisberger. It was nice to see that one last time. It's nice to see it. All these memories floating around in my head. I'm going to be 28 on Sunday, and saw him for 18 of my 28 years. So it's pretty cool. So now it's moved. I'm not crying.
Tearing up.
No, I'm not. It's just going to be fun to see a new era of Steeler football.
Yeah.
Whether that's, and you're going to joke about it, but whether that's Aaron Rodgers, whether that's somebody we draft.
Anything can happen.
I mean, Rodgers leaving Lambeau Field put up Roethlisberger's signature sign.
Reading too much into it.
What?
Reading too much into it.
It's not reading too much into it. Roethlisberger's the only one that runs out of the tunnel like that. And Rodgers on his way out was doing
maybe he was just showing respect to him because he's retired.
But also, Broncos just hired Nathaniel Hackett,
yes,
the Packers offensive coordinator. So I don't know how his relationship is with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if this was a ploy to get him into Denver.
Can you imagine that division with Rodgers, Mahomes,
Good Lord.
Herbert, and Carr? Carr is not. He makes plays. He's not the best quarterback, but he keeps you in the game.
He made the playoffs over Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
So,
look at the Dallas game. Like, there's games where it's like, wow, he's fun to watch. So
yeah,
that's
going to be a phenomenal division.
If Rodgers goes there,
yeah. You don't want to see it because I don't want Rodgers. No.
I don't want him there either.
I want.
Although he doesn't perform in the playoffs, so send him on over.
But different situations, different
circumstances.
circumstances.
Yeah, that defense in Denver. Whew.
Yeah.
Him and those receivers. We wouldn't even need Devontae
the same
Adams.
in Pittsburgh too. With our receiving core, if they can catch the ball, and our defense just need some fixing a little bit. Yeah. He could perform the same way. Obviously, need another O-lineman. I think one more can do the trick with the experience these young guys got this year. We just need one of those veteran leaders. It's kind of disappointed in Trey Turner. I expected more of him, but whatever. Moving on, Jaguars hired Byron Leftwich.
Well, is that official? I don't think that's official because they wanted to hire.
It sounded like it was yesterday.
Well, they were going to interview Nathaniel Hackett, and that's why the Broncos hired him overnight because they wanted to stop him.
Oh, then Leftwich is probably.
So Leftwich, he's a lead candidate. He's second interviewed, and I think they might have been interviewing someone. It might have just been him and Hackett. So it looks like
from
Leftwich
a couple of reports I heard yesterday, it was just about official.
Yeah.
So. And then Bears are finishing up a deal to hire Matt Eberflus.
Oh, is he going there?
So it sounds like the Colts defensive coordinator is heading to Chicago. I was looking at Denver on my sheet when I said that. So yeah, that's the coaching hires. There's still obviously some big spots left to fill, like the Vikings.
Dan Quinn.
And I could see Houston getting Brian Flores for some reason.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I heard on the radio on the way here that Dan Quinn is staying in Dallas, surprisingly, because he's been a hot head coaching candidate, but he's staying with the Cowboys there in the D.
And the question we've always been asking ourselves is what's the Chiefs offensive coordinator?
Eric
Bieniemy.
Yeah.
Is he going to get one of these jobs? The problem with him, he's in the Super Bowl every year,
right.
And these teams want to hire as quick as possible.
Right.
So he's missing out because he's in the Super Bowl every year. So
but we'll see. He's been rumored to the Giants.
If I'm him, I wanted the Bears.
I think the Bears would have made so much.
I wanted the Bears, Broncos, or
Vikings.
The Vikings are the only ones left.
In the Bears' defense, they hired Matt Nagy from the Chiefs, and they're like, yeah, it didn't work out.
Yeah, they hired Chiefs offense coordinator Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
So do you want to hire another Chiefs offense coordinator? So that's the question. But I think he'd be a great fit in Minnesota, though, especially if they try to keep Cousins. I feel like he's not going to make him into Mahomes, but he can. That offense, I feel like, would be explosive with Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
There's probably more I'm missing, but
Kyle Rudolph.
He's not on there.
He's not on the team.
No, he's on the Giants.
Oh, I don't fucking remember. He used to play.
No, their tight end's like Ty Conklin or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Tyler Conklin.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I were him, I would want the Bears, Broncos if they get a quarterback, or Vikings. But the Vikings are the only ones left now.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's still jobs out there like Houston. The Saints job may be
Yeah, New
good.
Orleans.
Yeah, Sean. Why didn't we talk about that? Sean Payton retired, so he's no longer in New Orleans. I think he just got. I saw a graphic where they're the team with the least salary last year.
Yeah.
So Steelers have the most. Saints have the
Yeah.
lowest.
They
like negative 74 million.
Saints could be in a
crazy
rebuilding
shit.
year. So hopefully the Browns get on the phone and talk about some of those veteran defensive linemen. Maybe we can get one in here. Cam Jordan come play for the Browns. Nice.
Do you guys need
Michael
any more
Thomas.
defensive
Yeah.
linemen?
Yeah. Well, we lost fucking Malik McDowell.
Oh yeah.
Malik
You lost him in a big way.
Malik Jackson is a free agent.
You lost him in a
So,
big way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. But nonetheless, Brian Dable's still out there. They said there's been rumors about him going to New York,
Now
which I think would be good.
done, so he's going to be interviewed.
I think if he goes to New York, it could be good for Daniel Jones because not that I'm not comparing Daniel Jones to Josh Allen, but they both can run the ball. They both have decent arms. Well, Josh Allen has a great arm. Daniel Jones has a decent arm. If he could just stop fumbling the ball, I mean, and run in the right situations. Like I went to the Cowboys Giants game and they got run the ball at the goal line. He got absolutely destroyed.
That's the game he got a concussion.
Yeah,
or
I'm like,
neck injury.
yeah.
He never played again. This season.
I'm like,
Yeah.
why are you running him there? You have Saquon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Giants and Mora even came out and said they've done everything they could to ruin this guy's career.
Yeah.
The fact that the Giants owner is coming out and saying that it's saying a lot for the front office, the coaching staff.
Yeah.
It's just get the right pieces for once. Build correctly in the draft. You got Saquon Barkley,
Kadarius
arguably
Toney.
one of the best backs in the league. If you give him an offensive line,
Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram, they
Yeah.
have talent.
they have pieces. They have no offensive line. They have no coaching staff. The Giants is the Giants.
They have 2 top 10 picks, so hopefully they
Did you
draft
see-
an O lineman and a D lineman.
Speaking of
It's-
round picks, the Eagles have 3.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, they got
crazy.
one from the Colts and one from someone else.
That's just
Yeah.
insane. But I can't wait for the draft. Obviously, I mean,
Right. Well,
uh,
new beginning.
the
for
other
you.
28 teams can't wait for the draft.
Right.
Either.
Right.
Yeah. So with that being said, him and I both went 2-2 last week.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got the Bengals and
Chiefs,
Chiefs right. You
I
got the
Niners, and Rams.
Niners and Rams. That's right. So I got AFC right. You got NFC right. Good job. So that gets us into our picks for this week. First game at 3:00 on Sunday. Bengals and Chiefs from Arrowhead.
I'm picking with my heart. I'm saying Bengals. I want them to win. Why not? You know what I mean?
I mean, no one
think-
expected the Bengals in this situation. Everyone
No.
projected them to be.
They beat them
last.
earlier in the year.
It is funny that everyone projected like the Browns and Ravens. This division is
no,
the
it's
opposite.
fucking Bengals. Yeah.
Bengals and Steelers
Tell me
make the
about
playoffs out of this.
Nonetheless. But yeah, I'm rooting for the Bengals in this one. I wouldn't be mad if the Chiefs won. I get Travis Kelce from Cleveland Heights right in my backyard, so I always cheer for him. I wouldn't hate it if the Chiefs won, but I want to see a new team in there. And my thinking is, if the Bengals win this year, they probably won't make the playoffs next year. Let's hope for that, or at least they won't repeat. And then maybe the Browns and the Steelers, the Ravens. So
I mean, we won't if we have Mason Rudolph. I'll just say that now. I'll say that now. Anyone else? Somebody posted a great question the other day. This is just a side note. I mean, there's Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
He was in a terrible offensive situation with Matt Nagy. Just throwing it out there. I mean, it's interesting.
Clevelanders want Mitch Trubisky to come here and compete with Baker. I'm like, bro,
I don't know about that, only because
calm down.
you see what Baker's doing
When he's healthy,
with the offense and the play calling is questionable. It's just like it's another one of those. I'm not calling Stefanski like Matt Nagy or anything.
No.
His play calling decisions have been questionable.
I think
with Nick Chubb, like
I
run
agree.
the ball,
I agree.
run the damn ball.
When it comes, I feel like he also called the game completely different once Baker was hurt. I'm not using that as an excuse. I think when it comes to the throwing game, but you're right. Like, why isn't Nick Chubb on the field when he's healthy?
It's just like last week with the Titans. Run
Yeah,
the damn ball.
Run the damn ball.
Derrick Henry's back for a reason.
Right.
They said he had no limitations.
Right.
I mean, Bengals defensive line's a hell of a lot better than their offensive line.
Right.
But
still, they ran the ball that whole drive when they were in the red zone. 7 straight run plays, 1 pass, interception. You're at the 4-yard line.
The first play of the freaking game, interception.
Right. I'm like, Jesus.
And there was only one interception that really wasn't Tannehill's fault. It was just like some weird deflection.
Yeah.
But like the other two, it's just like, where did you plan on fitting that ball in?
Right.
But whatever. Anyway, I'm not picking with heart. Even if I was picking by heart, I don't like.
I know you don't.
I don't want the Bengals. Like, yeah, they're not the crappy, trashy team they were in the past. But there's just the fans like throwing stuff at injured players. I don't like that. And everyone's getting annoyed with the Chiefs. I think it's funny just because this was me. Steelers and Patriots back in the day. This was me. I hated the Patriots. Everyone's like, Tom Brady, go. And now it's my turn. All these other teams that got to deal with the Chiefs because we're not really elite anymore. So we don't really. Yeah, we lost him in the playoffs. I wasn't expecting to win that game. But like when we went into like AFC Championship games against New England, I got so annoyed because I'm like, oh, he's going to beat us again. So I'm enjoying this Chiefs run they're on because it's like all these other teams are getting screwed that laughed at us losing the Patriots all these years. So go Chiefs.
Look at it.
It's fine. It's fine. No, I'm just enjoying it because it's like now you guys know, not you, but like other teams now know what I went through.
Just Buffalo fans.
Buffalo,
basically.
Yeah. I mean, nothing
Buffalo
against
never.
Buffalo fans.
Buffalo never cheered for the Patriots. So I don't know what we're talking about here. But anyways,
I'm just saying, I'm not bothered by the dominance of the Chiefs. I
get it. I respect it. I just rather, as a fan, see another city get an opportunity.
Honestly, if Bengals made it, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I personally.
I don't hate that the Chiefs are there.
I feel like the Chiefs are just they're not going to lose to them again. I just don't see it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's Chiefs are 7-point favorite. They're supposed to win the game.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see. I mean,
you never know.
Regardless,
you never know.
I don't really care. Neither.
After last weekend, you never know.
Obviously, neither team is my favorite,
right.
So it doesn't really matter. But I'm taking the Chiefs. And then game after that, Rams and 49ers. I'm going to make a pick on this one real quick.
Go ahead.
49ers have won 4 in a row against them. Defense comes to win championships. They're always finding a way. They are. And I got to try to win my football league. I'm taking San Francisco. They're going to knock off the Rams again. Sean McVay is having a rough time against Kyle Shanahan. I think that continues. And San Francisco beats them for the 3rd time this year, which is very difficult to do. This is taking a risk. Chiefs, 49ers, Super Bowl again from 2 years ago. Boom.
I'm also taking the Niners.
I expected the Rams.
I do. If the Chiefs win, I do want the Rams to win, though, because I just think that would be a better Super Bowl.
And honestly, Matthew Stafford is
right. But I think the Niners will win just basically all the same reasons you said. They have their number, their defense, and they find a way to win. That offense, I think it's the game where Jimmy G, he's going to have to play.
He's going to have to play.
But, like, if Debo's healthy, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, he has a weapon. Just get the ball in their hands. Be smart, be that game manager. You can beat this team with the defense they have. With that being said, if it's Niners Bengals, I'm taking the Niners with that defensive line and that offensive line.
See, I'm in a dilemma for that.
But we'll see. I want Rams Chiefs or I want Niners Bengals. I don't want any other. Although Rams Bengals I wouldn't hate, but like Rams I think would.
That's where my dilemma is. Like obviously I'm rooting for anyone playing the Bengals, but when it comes to Bengals basically I'm rooting for the Rams if it's Rams and Bengals. But that's where my dilemma comes in. I don't want to root for the 49ers if they're playing the Bengals because that would give 49ers 6 Super Bowls if you think about it. So I don't want that. So I would be in a dilemma there, but I'd probably still go for San Francisco because fuck the Bengals. But honestly, Bengals' whole they're a completely different team than they were in the past. So, would I mind seeing it? No, because I like Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I mean,
I like Jamar Chase. So now that I start talking about it, it's like, the Bengals, they're not going to win it next year. They're fine. Let them have their fun this year. I don't know why we're just like counting out the Bengals next
it's
year.
not that we're counting them out, but
it's
like
just-
teams have those takeovers. Like
Yeah.
if they get to the Super Bowl, and don't get me wrong,
They're not going to rattle off Super Bowls. They're not going to
Right,
make a run
exactly.
like the Chiefs.
Well,
Like they're not.
Nobody will with this AFC. How stacked it is. All it takes is one team getting hot like them, or like the Browns last year. Like anything can happen any year. You just got to beat the Chiefs.
That's
the key.
I mean, yeah, that's the key. Yeah, but that's our picks, and I think I don't think anyone expected the 49ers and Bengals to be in this situation.
No.
Definitely saw the Chiefs and Rams possibly playing for the AFC, NFC title, but yeah, no one saw the Bengals and 49ers. I don't think I even had I did not have the Bengals in the playoffs. Pretty sure I didn't even have the Niners. But here we are.
Yeah,
It's crazy how the NFL is so competitive.
it's also nice.
Also, about 29, 80 days away, the USFL starts. The United States Football League. Whoop-de-doo.
Fascinating.
I just keep hearing about it. It's on Twitter feeds and whatnot. So that's fascinating. We're going to be doing a podcast about that because who really cares about that? But yeah, it's pretty exciting. I expect this weekend to be very good. I think if there is going to be a blowout, I could see the Chiefs doing it to the Bengals.
Yeah.
I can't see that happening in the 49ers-Rams game, but I honestly think both games are going to be close.
Oh yeah, for
Just
sure.
because Bengals can
Bengals can
run
score.
right through the
Yeah.
Chiefs defense like the Bills did.
Yeah.
They can do that.
They
The
have
problem
weapons.
is the Chiefs defense is better than the Bengals offensive line. Most defenses
Yeah.
are better than the Bengals
But
offensive line.
if they can, as long as they can contain Chris Jones, that's going to be the key. If you can contain Chris Jones,
They don't really have much
You're
of a
right.
secondary.
no,
So as long as as long as Burrow's not being pressured to throw the ball,
right.
he's going to have,
I mean, he threw all over him at
he
home.
can throw all over.
They were down by 14. They won that game.
Yeah.
And they threw the ball down the field.
Difference
They
is
had a 6-minute drive to end the
being
game,
at
and they
home
threw
and
the ball the whole way
at
down the field.
loud Arrowhead Stadium. It's
Yeah,
going to be
but I
different.
mean, Joe Burrow's played in loud stadiums before. He played in national championship games. He's played in the SEC. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm pretty sure his national championship game was LSU favored
okay,
crowd.
Well, that's fair, but he's played in Alabama before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like,
He's beat him.
right, and so like, I feel like a lot of the big time players, like the crowd noise is there, it's loud, but like, I don't think that would. He's a gangster. He's savage. It ain't bothering him.
He's gonna
Have a cigar ready to go.
start every week the Chiefs. That happens. But exciting weekend. I'm really pumped. And it's like another our team.
I know.
It's great that it's not like and you can sleep nice knowing Tom Brady's not going to do this.
Sure, that's true.
That's always fun. He's probably gonna retire too. That's what it's sounding like.
It sounded like it, yeah.
Yeah, based on his comments. So I don't want him to retire though. So play one more year. Don't go to the Hall
You
at the
just
same
don't.
time.
Why? Who
Because
cares?
it's all gonna be over. Brady.
It'll be both
It'll
of
be
them.
Brady, Gronk, and Roethlisberger. Who's gonna get most attention? Brady,
Gronk.
and Gronk.
Gronk.
Like we don't need that. I don't need that. Just play one more year. I don't mind if Gronk retires this year. Brady plays one more year.
Just don't
I
make
don't
Matt a
mind if
first ballot Hall of Famer. Give
He
me
will
your
be. Though.
Well, if
That's
you
the
don't
thing.
make him one, then he won't. He could do the next year.
No,
because Brady
he
definitely
deserves
will
to
be.
be a one.
Brady will 100% be a first
Imagine that.
ballot.
But I will say, if Brady does retire this year, imagine that class.
Okay.
Oh my God, those three alone, they're gonna have more, but those
Right.
players won't even be looked at.
Right.
Like those three are just gonna be like, wow, that class is just gonna be.
Take us out. So.
I know, for real. Sell them to me. I'll pay for it. No. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have. Unless you have any final
No.
thoughts. Short episode today. When there's not many games.
Yeah.
to pick.
2 games. Both games should be great. Yeah. We'll know Sunday night. We'll know who's in the Super Bowl. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what head coaches get hired.
I'm sure there'll be more this week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Looking forward to more mock drafts, although it's still a little early, but combine's coming up. We'll get there.
We'll get there. Just so you know, we do one more episode next week, and then the bye week, and then the week after the Super Bowl, and then that will be it until the NFL draft time.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll restart back again preseason next year. So, yeah, that's all the time we have. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Enjoy the weekend.
Yeah.
And
Enjoy
follow
some
us and
great
all that
football.
stuff. Yeah. See ya.
See you.